Good evening. Welcome to our 2011 Spring High School Band Concert. Very excited that you're here tonight. I'm so excited about this concert. I think you're going to really enjoy it tonight. Before we get started tonight, I want to introduce you to Jamie Gillette. She's our Music Boosters president this year and is doing a great job, and she would just like to speak with you about a couple things, and then we will get the concert underway. So if you would please welcome Mrs. Jamie Gillette.
Thank you very much for that, and it's great to see the community out and the parents, family, and friends here to see our performance tonight. But as Frank mentioned, I am the president of the Boosters, and I think most of you might have a question for me because you have people here that are in school and you're wondering about the recent band camp survey if you have a junior down to a freshman or even an 8th grader. And the coming summer in August, we will still be going to Central Michigan University. The point of the survey was to get a pulse on where our parents felt we should be attending camp and what we should be doing. There was interest in attending here at Kennewick Hills, and that is something that we'll continue to consider, especially when we consider financing. And as a booster program, it is important for us to remember financing and what it goes for and what it's used to support. And our booster program's in existence to support these students here and in the middle school music programs as well as the orchestra programs. And it takes us as a community of parents to support those programs. And that's why we do so much fundraising throughout the year and why we do things. And it's not just about sending the kids to camps, it's about sending them to competitions, providing them the instruments that they need, keeping their uniforms in stock so that we have everything that we need to keep the music program going here at Kennewick Hills. So I encourage each of you to do what you can to participate in fundraisers. Attend our booster meetings. If you want to know more about what the financial situation is, you need to be at those booster meetings. We just had one this past Tuesday. The next one will be the first Tuesday in June. Along with that, there are some big fundraising events you've probably been seeing us communicate recently. There's dance competitions. We need parent and student volunteers for those dance competitions. We also have festival coming up the first weekend in June. That takes over 150 people to man that food booth in downtown Grand Rapids. You don't need any special skills to do it. You just have to show up with a smile and be ready to be put to work. And that's a huge fundraiser for us, and it's the 25th year that the booster program has had a food booth in downtown Grand Rapids. So that's quite an accomplishment for us that we want to keep going so that we can support the program. The other thing coming up in 2 weeks, you should probably be getting the invitation either in the mail starting today or in the next couple days, but there is the spring banquet coming up on May 14th. And so we hope that all the students and parents can come out for that event as well to celebrate the successes that we've had this year. But I do encourage you to think about how you can do a little bit more in encouraging our students. I've had the blessing this year to get to know each and every one of these students. I can name them all by name unless there's any new ones that came in since marching season. And that's something that I take pride in knowing that I've spent the time with your students to give them the best experience that they can have while they're in their high school music program. And I'd encourage each of you to do the same. We can all do it if we work together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're real happy about this concert program tonight. We've got such a diverse program for you that I hope we touch everybody's likes and some of your dislikes probably. This next piece is kind of a 20th century-ish piece by Elliot Del Borgo. 20th century music can get pretty weird and kind of out there. This is a little out there. I am not a huge fan of 20th century music. However, some of the coolest things I ever did musically were 20th century pieces. And so there's an importance to expose the kids to these things. And I think they kind of hated this piece when we first started it. But when they started understanding a little bit more and really listening to what was going on harmonically, melodically, rhythmically, I think they really kind of started liking it a lot better. It's different, but it's very exciting and tense at times. So I hope you enjoy this. It's a little out there, but I think this is something you're going to be it's going to be fun to listen to. I'm going to go take a shower. I'll be right back. Shoo, that was a lot of work. Interesting piece, a little weird, but kind of exciting, kind of, it's a, you know, I told the kids, think about that, like some of these movies you go out and see, some of the scary movies, and it's, music is tension release, and that's like the ultimate tension release. So even though it's not something really melodic and pretty, it's kind of gets your blood pressure going a little bit. So interesting piece, and I really am proud of the way they stepped up to the plate and pulled that off. It's a neat piece of music. Whether you like contemporary 20th century stuff or not, it's technically speaking, they really had, this is probably the hardest piece we're playing. And so it really challenged them, and they really stepped up. I'm really proud of the kids. We're going to move on to the next section. We're going to let these guys take a breather. We're going to bring our jazz band up. Very proud of our jazz ensemble. For the last couple years now, we've been delivering jazz band, percussion ensemble, and concert band out of 1 hour, out of first hour. We don't have separate classes for these things. We kind of lost that as with cutbacks and such, when we lost our music theory and we lost our jazz band hour and that thing, because we had cut back in staff. And so we are still trying to deliver all the musical things that we can deliver. Jazz band, concert band, marching band, percussion ensemble, small groups. We're trying to do everything that we can in the limited amount of time that we have with them. So we're really happy with how things are going that way. The jazz band went to District 10 Jazz Festival about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. They received a rating of excellent, and they were being compared to bands that meet every day, and they played very well. And these kids we meet, sporadically. When it's time, we have them meet a few times, and it's kind of we got kids going everywhere in the mornings. So proud of this group. I think you're really going to enjoy this. Great title of the piece. Mr. Bookie is doing all of our jazz and all of our percussion stuff, and does a great job with them. We are a pretty good team. He's kind of the brains, and I'm the kind of guy that just waves my arms around and everything works. So he does all of our tech stuff, but this has been really good. I enjoy working with him, and I think we're getting a lot done with these kids. While we're doing this, I'm going to recognize a few people here and there. We had several people go to district solo and ensemble, so if you're a district solo and ensemble participant, would you stand up or wave your hand if already stand up? If you did district solo and ensemble, where are you people? Yeah, wave your hand really high, okay? Yep, they did that. And then we had a couple people go to state solo and ensemble. If you were a state solo and ensemble and you had to have a superior rating to go to state, who were our state people? State S&E, got Casey, and percussion ensemble. Also, I want to recognize Casey Rogers, who auditioned for the Michigan Youth Arts Festival All-State. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Michigan. It wasn't MYAF. It was for the state our conference, our music conference for the whole state, they had honors bands and honor orchestras and those kind of things. And Casey auditioned, did not get in the group, but did get an honorable mention. So in a sense, she's honorable mention All-State on the clarinet. So we're real proud of Casey. And she's also going, yep. And Casey will be taking her talents and her musical desire to Central Michigan next year, where she's been accepted into their clarinet studio and will be majoring in music at Central Michigan University next year. So we're real happy with Casey. So, Mr. Bookie, how you doing? All right, I'm going to step away from the mic because I think I've heard that people get tired of me talking. I'm not real sure what that's about, but I'm going to step away from the mic and let them tune. And I'm going to let you enjoy the jazz band. This is Swung Out to Dry under the direction of Mr. Chris Bookie. Thank you. I'm going to recognize souls. Was that Eric Schoenborn on trombone? Was it Eric? And I saw Casey Rogers on tenor sax, and I saw Jake Lumsden on trumpet. So let's hear it for those soloists. Now, you may ask, why do we throw some jazz in there? Well, we're teasing you a little bit tonight. 2 weeks from yesterday, on Wednesday, May 18th, we're going to have the Jazz and Percussion Ensemble concert here in the PAC. It's at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night, the 18th, and you'll hear many things from the jazz band and several things from percussion ensembles, and it is a great concert. If you haven't had the pleasure of being at that concert, check it out. It's a really fun evening, and they do some really cool stuff. So that's May 18th. And I'm going to announce one other thing while we're just finishing tearing down. Next Thursday, the 12th, May 12th, is our grade 6 through 12 orchestra concert here in the PAC. You'll get to hear all the orchestras from 6th grade all the way up to the high school, and I think they do some combined numbers, and that's under the direction of Mr. Weston Hostler, Mr. Hostler, where are you? Are you out here tonight? Way in the back there. And yep, we can give him a round of applause, too. And they're going to be doing some string orchestra pieces, and I know they're also doing a couple full orchestra pieces. So that will include winds, percussion, strings, the whole 9 yards. So a concert you do not want to miss next Thursday, the 12th. And the Monday, the 23rd, is that correct? Monday, the 23rd, will be the spring choir concert here at the high school. The high school choirs, Monday, May 23rd. And I know they'll be doing several numbers and featuring seniors and featuring soloists, and that's also a fun evening. We're real proud of our music department here at Kenowa, and I'm very proud of the department and the teachers and the kids in the department, and I think we're on a good track here. So come and see some of the other groups and some of the other concerts. You can't beat the price. It's a great price to come in and see everybody, and let's appreciate these kids' talents and gifts. We're going to move on now we're going to just totally change gears here. This is a just gorgeous arrangement of Shenandoah, written, arranged, transcribed, whatever, by Frank Kelly, who's done some really incredible pieces. One of the things we really did this year, and as you can tell by the first two pieces we did, we've really stretched the kids. I'm not a big believer in let's just keep it safe and play stuff that's really easy and just make them sound really good. We want to stretch the kids. And we're featuring sections and people here tonight that really had to step up and work hard. And you're going to hear a lot of individual and small groups tonight playing on some things that really have come a long way this year in their preparation and their skill level. So I think you're going to absolutely love this piece. Shenandoah, I am kind of hoping that we get some tears out of you tonight, but they have to be real, all right? what you see before you, all this moving and hauling of stuff, is why I am not a percussionist. All right, it's just too much work, man. You're gonna. You know what? No, I thought Mr. Bookie was giving me a hard time. He never does that though. I think you're gonna really enjoy this. I don't know if any of you have heard Chris, Mr. Bookie, play before, but he is a fantastic drummer himself. If you get a chance to go hear him play sometime, go hear him play, and you'll understand then why he gets what he gets out of these kids. This is going to be real fun for you to listen to. And again, this is a little taste of what you're going to see in 2 weeks from last night. If you come, this is just one little part of it, and we're real excited to have you come. This is our percussion ensemble, one of our percussion ensembles. And you'll see in a minute here, there's a lot more to it than just playing drums. And we tell our little beginner kids that all the time. It's not just about drumming, it's about being a percussionist. And I'm really proud of our percussion section because we do have a percussion section. We don't have a bunch of drummers, we have a percussion section. And I'm very proud of them. They do very well all fall and marching band season, but then I think what really causes them to be able to do so well in the fall is that they come in here and work like this in the winter and across the spring, and they develop these kind of skills. And I think you're really going to enjoy this. Are you about set, Mr. Bookie?
We're close.
Okay. I'm going to step off. I am not going to try to tell you the title because I don't have it in front of me. Pentatonic with a...
Pentatonic with 7.
Pentatonic with 7th. You can make out of that whatever you want to make out of that. I'm not going to go there, okay? Scott Buckdevine, wherever you are, I'm sure you'll figure that one out, all right? Okay, I'm going to step off. This is one of our percussion ensembles. That was very cool. I looked. One of the coolest things I think that I noticed. You probably think, well, you know what? Yeah, he probably takes those kids, he trains them for 4 years, and he just takes his top players out there. And, you know, we had a kid from every class there. We had freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors all in that group. And so these kids are across the board learning that stuff. Absolutely. I tell parents at the middle school level all the time, when your kids come to high school, they stretch. They're stretched. It's a quantum leap from that middle school level up to the high school level with the things we do. And the cool thing about it is seeing these young kids come in, lock into this system, and just take off and fly. It's an incredible thing to see. I love my job. I can't say it any bit different than that. We are going to kind of continue to feature our percussion section a bit. The next piece we're going to do, and we've thrown this piece together in the last couple of weeks, and it's tough. It's a piece we've done over the years several different times. It's by Robert W. Smith, and it's a piece called Africa, Ceremony, Ritual, and Dance. And it's a very cool piece of music, obviously set with African themes. And I want to just recognize some people. We have a family. Eric Cross is a senior, as Dad's Tom. I know Tom from working band camp. But the Cross family, their church is sponsoring 2 gentlemen that are here from the Congo. They've kind of immigrated here to try to get away from some things that are happening there that were not very pleasant. And so they've come in. Can we have house lights a minute, Ann? I'd like to just recognize these gentlemen. Do we have anybody with house lights here? Tom, where are you guys? Yeah, they're from the Congo. They've been here for just a couple of weeks. I'd like to welcome them to the United States. Right back here. And I'd like to welcome them to our country and hope that they have a pleasant and happy life here, and that they can, experience the freedoms and things that we have here. So this next piece we just call Africa. Before we do that, I do want to recognize some people. Could we have our seniors stand up, please? Seniors, would you please stand up? And if you're in the back, raise your hand. If you're a senior standing in the drum section, we have I think we're 10 seniors right now. Very proud of these kids. They've come all the way through. We have a couple kids who've joined along the way, but these kids have put in tons and tons of hours, and they're all going on to do bigger, better things. A couple of them are going to go on to play in music ensembles at the college level. They're all going to be involved somehow with further training. And I'd just like to give them a big round of applause for all their years of service. It's always hard to lose them. I get attached to these kids, and it's really hard to lose them, but they've done a great job of contributing here and being great leaders this year. So I think at this point we are going to do this. We're going to just kind of get our chops limbered up again, and then we're going to do Africa for you. I feel like I've been to Africa and back. Whew, that's a long one. Lots of notes, lots of rhythms, lots of cool stuff. Thank you very much. Just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for being here this evening and supporting your students, supporting your kids. I would be remiss if I didn't stand here and say something to you about what's going on in our legislature right now. You need to be aware of what's going on with the state, our lawmakers, the proposals they're putting out there, and look very closely at what they're talking about with education. And you need to talk to your lawmakers. Quite bluntly, if some of the things go through that they're talking about, and if they get this budget passed, you may not see these kind of programs for very long. If they could be gone that quickly. You need to talk to your lawmakers and say, A, we need to be funding public education properly and sufficiently. We should not be taking money away from public education and putting it in other places. And we need to make sure that these kind of programs, the arts, athletics, there's more to life than core curriculum. And don't get me wrong, math, science, English, social studies, those core curriculum things are hugely important to these kids' lives. But if we want them to be whole people, they need these kind of programs. So make sure that you're getting involved and being aware of what's going on in our state right now. And please help save our schools and help save these kind of programs, because I am passionate about what I do with these young people, and I'm passionate about what they get out of this, and 95% of it has nothing to do with music. And this is vitally important to your kids and to the future of our state and our country. So please be aware, get involved, contact your lawmakers and tell them to fund public education in a way that we don't have to worry every 6 months about whether or not we're going to be able to keep our doors open. So thank you so much for being here tonight. I want to remind you to please sign up to work down at Festival. It's a great time downtown. You'll see tons of great people. The food's great. It's a great time. The kids come down and work. They have a wonderful time. So please sign up. We'd love to have you all down there. We'll get to know each other, make new friends, and it's a great time. And just come out and see some of our other programs, and please get involved in the things that we're trying to do with this program and with our boosters. We have a wonderful boosters group that's been so supportive of this program. From the day I came here, we've had a super group that's been so supportive, and I want to thank them, and I want to thank you as parents for giving your kids this opportunity. So thank you for being here tonight. We're going to close with a piece that the kids really enjoy playing. It's a Jim Swearingen piece, which is, he's just a great writer for high school kids. I think you're going to enjoy this, and we hope to see a lot of you out on Memorial Day. Our kids will be marching in Martin and Standale on Memorial Day, and 2 days after that we'll be playing graduation. So you'll get a chance to hear these kids a couple more times, but we just are so happy that you're here tonight. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope we see you at future events. Thank you so much.